A friend is saying karma, law of karma.
Yeah. So to bobo there, it bounce back to you.
And then the one in Econo, so no coffee and fish in your buy. And I'm a boy. We are saying to Edubonia, it become one. I think we have to call the bluff of Kennedy Agyapong. We studio, I mean, no one can be that.
Yeah.
Now, me and I'm say to say young him. Young him near sign a IMF near sign our debt one. Sakasana and Fatan Unyai, a idea why no beer and canopy in tea. There be no cost, hey, party, the Yasan, no. Yet to a baby, said, do no see. Baumia non pa make up Agyapong, made them a whole day, me Yansan Bibia Betanachi, Obia Macau. We observe Dr. Baumia about 2008. Obiani ni sunsuman yankopo on the bono.
Yeah.
Kwa faswa through President Akufo-Addo, Obaye running mate 2 terms, vice president 2 terms. And yes, umo ni breno.
Put your hands together for Engineer Kwabena Agyapong. In fact, me say my year the 5 candidates, my year will be a story, including I can say except Engineer Kwabena Agyapong, any doctor was said to Chimomona as a mention to Omonsam Papana. And I want you to clap for Engineer Kwabena Agyapong. Now, Mama want to say, send people focus. We have the men. Yes, they have the men. Engineer Kwabena Agyapong. Me say, ja what Chuma Kennedy a complicate upon ye jacketwa. Was say, Enna, I'm a businessman and I can run this country. Or say to run government. It's not like running a business. To run a government, it's not like running a business. And in one day say no. 2, and now when him say peace pact your moko sign ye. Kennedy didn't know about say a crash for me and said almost your mako school. I was signing him. Was you and no crowd done or your trophy? What your trophy copy him say? Clatano and Cassan before I will be sign before I will quack your forms in a cajon. But when the DB now to the peace pact keke. A cajon, the dear will quack your forms in a account. And to what you wouldn't mean now, wouldn't be your best sign. But propaganda, it's about time I was a Canadian complete with Japan. And people penny for friend or much name. Sir Dr. Mahmoud Baumia or didn't any more from. After all, Baumia betu no Engineer Kwabena Agyapong party, but a 3. And to say, on no betu into what vice president into one fan of what time said it more was when you said you're not that. And the Canadian complete with Japan did you upon them what run the boundaries. What trash here and Tim Penny from friend in Chinanim. A sense of baby on one casacran will charge so and to Kennedy the way I want to him so one kind of cry and want to me run a government. Ha! Massa, my bomb is him, my bomb is him. I was at the Brenner Engineer Kwabena Agyapong. Tienico, Miss Ubetin, someone there. Tienibra.
That's how you saw sycophancy has become
an enterprise. Sycophancy has become an enterprise. Near Boji also. To Bausi on Henny. Ye kase bravetti na man for the Chiniani at the member president a woman mom minister Maka just a movie anyway. Oh no, you know Obama you know now PAB Betran and Veto.
Yeah.
Who show you US Senate near vetting Crawford who say for the it creates a certain impression say abemu okodidi. That shopping mentality na esi free.
Yeah.
Intimacy we party for abana ebetui eya bakese. It is for the battle for the soul of our party, because party no ye chechire no me ti se me nua keto amankwa menu me tie
yeah also about my first meeting
young executive to watch mrante me de nam sakra that time na feel me 29 1991 92 young engineer misika ese enso so ye kushia busumi bi obi aye contribution ne akeka bom ne dia koma ageni mboate.
Was it because that time na pepper say MPP was an alternative a bit ma sheshe Ghana ye and I say it's just the dislike of NDC.
Debbie. Certain PNDC. One, the dislike for military dictatorship.
Okay.
Because apart from saying that we had suffered personal trauma,
okay,
which I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
But Ghana Funina, in a matter of 2 years, over 535 people dead or missing. Up to now, I account for it. Achentin and then Kolano Sa. Kolano and Dawson.
Yeah.
So over 60, that's right. 60% of the voting population only under 40.
Yeah.
So time namusa amani hunimu Ghana hanyina oma hubi. Obi odi 50 class that I know edi 10 years.
Yeah.
And teachers below 54 you know nim di akoso. Enti binya kwanye se ya na se me hu kakra. I'm not being imprisoned by the past. The biggest nanso so yesi wonim ba bia wo free ba. Wa hwe ya wanimu kono. Obayira kwan. Enti bi de party ye chichire no tu ho ache anidie kasapa enkabom eno na ma party no be ye hwama kwament obi aka say MPP for the omi ya crash for party omi ne petai bono ye sheku to they be crowd esre enti because ne kasa hote na anidie wo ho na enkabom wo ho na ebuo wo ho na ye dwene party no ho dwen say yen individuals no na mentia said ye koso my campaign from a Dubai in time. Myanmar participated 2007. I was the youngest of the 17 aspirants. 2023 na mekano. Now the akoso ekrade e no so nipa 5 pe. Obeka say, ai nti MPP na me woman ni ana. Se penimu ye MPP ni. Kujina platform so na wa horo unua MPP ni aye to abaye num. Den abako na be weni. Yenya nto aba obi anim de obeweni manfo betima ye didi city ompe nipa woda anajo kwame na wani kata ebesi se obobo brima sorry no de esi wuni madam
dabi
let's say ye control ye ho nyame ne boy esi ye gi nyame so di so enti se edanu bedru na obefhwe ballot paper se nipa ne betima se ho de amakob na Agyapong se be fa ba bi o obi anim de ebesi enti ani die na ese de man ho na ye koto abane wia DC 92 DC 98 no yetimi aye ni bisa because 92 ye mrante young executive forum aneke dodo na ne support safodu e free say 1979 ye mu cheye UNC jinafa PF jinafa UNC Pauli Obeda Samoa Alaji Drusu Mahama any your friend say Papa Kriana Mire Arampon Sanom nyina no mu UNC any aduwan mu nyina no mu UNC Agama enso ba PF ya Mr. Kofo Victor Osuni leader Safu Edu Sel binom ni ade enti yen kola no de we UNC for no kotare lima eche otimi BTV to ya nenso edu 92 no esi debi yensu e bibi free sa papa mu na mali ma bedi president obi amra enti ye de na ke pese PF ni wini nenso so emre bia ni city politics no etimi pie sa time Rollins bichinchimi ensa krum hayi hununti penimo otimi bone mu kasa ya Ghana shiki breaking the culture of silence, delivered that famous speech, the Ghanaian Sphinx, Professor Dubois, inti onuna party photo abamano. Yewi adi asafo duye. Otamiye nyina komane chinkwa. Yewi asemede mranti midomu jawo. So, eno tse nkabom ye to abawi olego mante da se we selbi nipa, we kodua nipa, we adisi nipa. Ni enye ne sa ye tu wie de be yi no ni nyina de akoma pa enuado ya ho de ne de atanechi
na this time bit mesisa
eno na make no kasa ni bi across the red line kasa ni bi across the red line enti wo munya propaganda na ebinumo ye ena yesin crofort fitem ena we tie yesi emfa we mra ye na ye party no ewo ne fapim ti party no be yi nipa yewia adwuma eda party no say enyina be kwakoton nipa no me ntimi ntran ka say yesi emfa de Ghana for we de hu de Ghana for pe wadi na why chese Ghana for we asimesi no pa no bentim no pe we are a political party. There's something called leadership. Party no de nipa no betu yensem ye ko kan sem we no mato ne yi baako ne ya ko convince Ghana for say the edin bani na ho odin ni say ni senti monto abama no na propaganda bi e dia tum say da simesi no obentin bi de now streets no what are the streets And then there's no leadership.
Yeah.
Na sane pedia ne nkofa me madam for Chatawale. On no begina bonto nipa nyina be puaba. On e popular. Anase Stone Boy. Anase Sakode. Anase Mboa. Kwame.
Lumba tasia.
Me hero Daddy Lumba. Ankwani. So tiasia se na onde ka on be di president. And so on e bo nyuma Akufo-Addo. And the politics and running a government is not like business. Running a government is not like business, personal business. Running a government, you need a lot of things.
What's the difference here?
The difference here is, first and foremost, unhiya subai, unhiya nyansa, unhiya abotre, unhiya enidi.
But how are people?
You need all that to be able to run the government. After all, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started the industrial base of this country. So no new businessman.
Although no,
and I know only business. And I know any business. And Tienya is Akasano. Sasanity there. Say Sika any business. Kadango any president. Nigeria. Bill Gates any president. America. And I say Elon Musk. Kasatso South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, I did here. Na me no me campaign me pese me bo obidi na say but niam ne bi ya ebufu kakra nipa ni bi kasa no ya ebufu kakra kasa te se de ye ne o party ni ni me ho
yeah
so ho dem chiro no na kasa ni bi ho a emfata eni die dim emfa ebusu emma so because we are see Kwame Nyankopon e free bi destiny
yeah.
So, niema PC wiase. Enti edru se abato se de obetimi ayere na waka. Timi de menam me two party for no for especially. Se abano ayeto 2024 no. Yeah, party for kan se bi kire. President Akufo-Addo onya 6.7 million plus.
Yeah.
President Mahama nya 6.2 2020. Come 2024, President Mahama less than 200 no de be kan ne dia. See, yes, we need 200 car 6.7 no, KHM 700.
Yeah.
A Tiba FM 4.6 over 2 million difference
at a time where the voter register
had gone up. The tier ya say 2 million unreflective of President Mahamadim. She say Nkrofo no mbu efu no mutifi. No maka se mwachire. Ti ese ye di aso etie ete wonase. Ni say nti no MPP ni betima ka se me nto aba mpese ma me party ba opposition. Na che se neme because wa anye ne de.
Yeah.
Enti se neme e koso na anye ne de because bi amamu no neme bi ye nyina nim se wiase nyina abaye den. COVID, war across Europe, banking crisis happened in Ghana. And no micrano, the way we managed it, I criticized it.
Yeah.
Because me said, not banks, no say a mom liquidity of about 8-9 billion, they can survive and then and turn things around.
Yeah.
So that there will be no loss of jobs near there. So, a baby I say, now for young Korea, you say I spent 25 billion. Na there are good banks and I didn't think economically it was the best decision. Until I was one of the few people in June 2022 publicly me catch Mampeni say Mampeni Akufo-Addo me de fam say wakola anime. We are campaign 1998 me na me deal with him. I was your first campaign manager. As my American is from the bottom of my heart. Sisan omo manage economy no my. That was June 2022. That time I could do 7. I say economic management. It will be any quantifiable. A friend of business confidence.
Yeah.
Say and we are shattered, but we are till you remove those who are managing the economy.
Yeah.
6 months later, and sana a parliamentarian say, to the American say, no, I'm so say 88 to 70 say, Bibisa enkosi. So me can say my atias say baby a one. Any heat be a abba competition no me share dantia say. Any anon be a atra baby timi kasakra me ko kan say bi wo ho California de. That is not how policies should be conducted. So and to say e betimi atra e nan say e kosan peace party. I had reason to say on a station say it may be too little, too late.
Okay.
But it's better late than never. So, because for over 6 months, Nema Koso, party from penny for my Ni sentina Professor Fipo what you can say mo emfata de na mo kem. So them because the near man na koso na sen there penny no kan. So there should be equity.
Yeah.
So there should be equity. Abaye de bobano and one is the botechi.
Yeah.
If you are selective in the delivery of justice and the enforcement of discipline, Emma and Crawford and take you serious.
But do you take time to look through peace pact?
Of course, now say me cry the first and foremost. Peace pact and yet a DK.
Okay.
In fact, in the folder now the brain, Okoto forms na
okay.
They've given you 5-6 a year. Say will sign,
okay,
endorse and get a witness.
Okay.
And we are presenting for filing. Why endorse we?
Okay.
In fact, 2023 we did the same thing, but no one who did it.
Okay.
And TM se penny back free muko independent. No fuse senkai who did the magana for unye who say who won such a crat asia.
Yeah.
It be a kunya hua kukudro say maybe my sign bibi, but I'm ignoring my own signature.
Yeah.
That would have brought public credibility.
Yeah.
So, say okay. Committee ni decided say you know say assign that day. Then so you say public the witnesses. So time them say me campaign manager and me director of operations spend the sign. One person party penny for former presidency me no nyina account. That is the only difference. And almost this soft copy brain days before.
Okay.
So I will me phone so I'm say meja okem me show the data. Yamu secretary of the committee they buy. Enti medium fuse the course no, it was just a PR gimmick. Ne just enkrofo. Ne na say na munya na mo dem commerce kusi ni so. Ya ka homa twa foto ka say enka ho. Enti the trick no you see e adwuma. The whole country's lenses were trained on him.
But it didn't end there. Who's to say he's on platform to say even those are more tough to say.
Me say o kan sa asem na emi nwanwa.
Yeah.
Now, actually, I think we have to call the bluff of Kennedy Agyapong. We studio, I mean, no one can be that.
Yeah.
Now, me and I say to say young him. Young him near sign a IMF could near sign our debt round. Sakasana and Fatan Unyai, a idea why I no be and can be inti. There be no coso here. I try to correct him because I'm a custodian of the history of our party.
Yeah.
Me ntraum obi me good party ntia. Asema o kan num say no kre. Enso wo kan. Ade no complain about. Clause na kire say ye to abana eso accept it. Is there? O ka say na say won pese o sign because e bia na esisiu. Ena chairman o ka say enti na ye nsise during the presidential process. One, say kase mimi agent will be a print ballots.
Yeah.
Enti also agents so we also appointed 2 agents for every polling station. Omo enti na say be asem obati say o say onya 114 or 104 and 14. None the agent or where is the document to prove what he said? Where is the document to prove what he said? Enti oyobia ope explosive talk no be enka no hwe sa na obegina television so twa troto me Kwabena Agyapong so say me makukum Adams or Tamale and I'm refi wa mesu enyi ni glasses am mofo asema onim say enye no kre. Has he apologized to me? Where was the evidence of what he was saying? Catch and say national security protection when it was never true. I've never asked for protection from national security, but it was all part of a calculated attempt. Say, on say me then penny phones on motion no oman cantino. O kosu yes, say mini pola focus. Sa Nenyankupon, yes, ucha. Yes, a friend is saying karma, law of karma.
Yeah. So to bobo there, it bounce back to you.
And then the one in the econo, so no coffee and fish you buy. Aname boa we are say utu edubone ebika wano utu edubone ebika wano
on the corner.
Oh yes.
Now, I like the way you coin it. President Agyapong. I like that phrase.
That's right.
President Agyapong.
That's right.
It makes it so simple. I hear me tati. Me te omomba studio bia me no wodi kono me te. Say Honorable Kwabena Agyapong, Engineer Kwabena Agyapong is a fine man. He can lead the country. But Omusu say delegates no entrumano metati metisona miracle say if you know say he is competent enough, he can do the job.
One can be crank also Niska.
So Minta say
first and foremost, Kwame, they say Obia recognized universal. In fact, university lecturers be ABB, University of Ghana Business School.
Yeah.
Say I'm both good for the country and good for the party. Nipa 5 no me pen me 2 no. Me pe na me 2 no.
No about 2 no ha no. O CPPD o. No say o pass am no. Onya MPPD o CPPD.
Na nra regional organizer beef CPP. Look at them nim. O frame me true color na me hu ye. No also o bompa ma me. Say Ghana here obi se me. Na me nam se o me da wase. Party for no nim. Say ye po be all the institutional memory of this party. What bre party nim what ni suni ne ban aban mu makobi mu de o. I was press secretary to the president, rank of a cabinet minister.
Yeah.
What is me dem sako ka ban sikada. And I say makoto to aban sase. And na makosisi de ne makese. There be me papa on penu wasem methodist ni yetete no. He has no time for materialism. But he has no time for materialism. No, they tell me. And to me, say I come here and fear Duni.
Yeah.
And so me buy now.
That's all right.
Nyanko pon wa hwe me a me de sa branti me nyi kakra o. Nanso so. Me ka o me nyi pa. Me nyi kakra. Mo jamuno ne de o.
No.
So, enti me no de yana me party for no. Mesrel womu enye de bebma party na gina de oman Ghana begina obi odi no kre obi a owotima so campaign ebinum de I say show me uska ena me say ntina ka me betra me pese me ka obi asem womu nyina sa womu ba party mi hu womu ye ko sunya 98 uhu nipa baako out of the force no busa say omo ye memo me ka je sunya wan no support me nam di Akufo-Addo campaign. They were not there. 2000 ye chira na mu nyina ma ba but e wi ase de makasa wi ase no Nyankopon nanim we obi say Dr. Baumia about 2008 obi anu ne sunsun Nyankopon de bono.
Yeah.
Kwa faso a through President Akufo-Addo obi running mate 2 terms, vice president 2 terms. Enye sa umo wani breno. Ensam numi enye adekro. Nyame na sise. So wo dem show no. Enti obeto baba vice president na oba meeting a chance me Kwabena Agyapong ye nyina yes sorry because ye bu nye ono as a person no
but
the portfolio and the office and the party.
Yeah.
So wo dem show no. Enti me dem hu omo enne omanya bibi kakra. Nyese bibi no so bia omo ye bibi esronko. Party politics ya. They my friend political patronage.
Yeah.
Because
proximity to power.
President honor or what the prerogative to me say or appointed minister. On kase munye exams na una di first. Debi. Enti ye minister. Na unya akwanya ebi a utimi map contracts to my say ni ade na ubu ankrofo na ye campaign e de omo so abeboa. So the basket of resources available to my colleagues no eso because me 8 years no enya am man to baby a no makase maboa kwabrane anase obi so enti I'm running a very tight rope shoestring budget ti wu ko jina baby na ko biu ano se nipa esimesi ne obende de omo nka ho emfa se wu kra no umu yen nti se umu ade sa kasa no enye kasa efata. It should never come out of the mouth of an aspirant but e biaba yanka ho hwe so enti me ka say we nyina se wo mo eye dede ono nam ekekemu se na aban na nhwe ne can Agyapong na the chairperson of Ghana Shippers Council. I think let's call a spade a spade. Nan onuamu ye chair of Ghana Gas. And everybody is aware amount of contracts in the 8 years of Akufo-Addo. Nensakai. Some to the family people. But this is the same person. He says so obeda Akufo-Addo asino. Onam no dina bayatem. Trying to get the base of the party against the government. Also, you are the biggest beneficiary. Intimate ansem na trobia na say ye mano a firm riposte. So ye meeting and penning for friend. Me shada catch President Akufo-Addo. Also a free and fair election or catch a UFO. And I'm sure sir the president the pass wakasa. Name your two chain woman business, woman position. Number 2 the minister. Agriculture and national security. Number 3 a due vice president. Number 4 a due minister of education cabinet. Me number 5 0. Into where is the fairness? Into a static campaign, are we on the same level? So on them show no. Into a we ask no as you didn't me they make catch a party for no. She say a bufua a ma yeah party for 2 million and twaba.
How do you bring them back?
That's the thing. You hear obi to say Kwabena Agyapong. Me na me nka ho. To mukas eni ye yade bia ye fa mu niema bia ye hwe ye nya no. Ono de oba ono kwa betimi obrodi because will give him the benefit of the doubt. So ono de no nka ho ntino. Nti sa abufo na wo Ghana fo mu ene a party fo ebe kofom. Nti I am the most viable alternative. Ametimi akọ ye party fo na TV se mumra. Na mesusu ya kame ya shemfie du te semo enti muhumi as a symbol the brahma mu brano empaboa na shemu amusi mu na mu hihim me na me hye ne kese enti musuma me a your welfare will be at the bottom of my heart me remfi mu da because brahma brand musu mfie du me so ya twemi abo so o party mu. That is the big advantage that I have. So on them show menye say be struggle for. And so be organ Habia Kwame. When I was press secretary, I worked without blemish. So them show enti mudi mekwa me hun semwa ensheda noso. Nti I have that advantage. Ti me 2 party for no for me. So say do no eti. Abaye betu Saturday no. Baby edru no ending. 1 party ni fapem ene enkabom. Me de me kan kabom a kwa me nyama no na me di kan. De edubu aheye fi se man support no. Me support Safodu enso ye de enkabom. De Akufo ye because in 1990 obi am se me di Akufo-Addo achi enso Akufo twe me de me be share ne ho te se ne ba press secretary to the president. Sa enkabom no 2024 me kan nipa 10 no me betra studio ha ye koto ye amanya bie no nkrofo ye dede wesi mi jai wesi showdown wesi me ka say hey party de nya sa na no ye to abawia na ye wie se dodo no se baomia no mpa me Kwabena Agyapong me de ma ho den me nyansa bibia beta na chi obi ameka ho.
And you did it.
I did it. I was the first aspirant to come out openly to give him my backing. Not because of him as a person, because the party is a democratic party. Yendi trouble na dodo no kan, de dodo no kono. E se obi also do party no. Uyi wakuma mnya biara. Nye biara na di bedi ekira. Na say chance obi ma osika nsa ma bedi ekira da bi. I went in without conditions, but omiati asemu musa no. No conditions, me I'm calling her. He didn't even need to call me. I just took a decision and said, hey, the way I name man and man sorry and you know. We see jai we see basa beba. Ni rally party together. And the way me din echitapa no. Se party force mama na ono so betima be dimechi echitapa. Because they say there. See pe enkabom pa there. Unim se ensemo akoso ensemo binum aka no. Ye to abani to get them to stand on the platform. Ghana for best.
And I think so
for the party to be united, Mina is a glue, starch,
and magnet.
Mina meet my obia boom because Mina minka obia once and bonnet. And no cry na meka. Na say me home videos be master sa na che say meka no cry. Ba o mi aka mpo o video a o mu use ani nyina me so e na Kwabena chimbo. Just be an say maka na edika sometime I may correct na say enti sa. Me attack no me no cry no. Na say meka. No omu bo uko Kennedy camp so a obi busa me Kumasi say ya nto aba ma ba omi a na che say empesi mfo asem na ya use na dompo na say ba omi ade MPP en na di pa da obae no sebi
na wona na ejina secretary
na me ejina secretary ba na mo council ho
okay
oh hinto na ejina secretary oh issue card man as you waive 5-year rule no man to the first day or enter and call number 2. Okay. The very first day he became a member, he became the number 2 in the party. The party were the running mates too. Or somebody vice too Nasenka. We ended career as vice president cry. And that's what that party nasi. As a man make and also we ma fast me say on your party. Me ma the clear unity. Ni na chance Kwabena Agyapong.
Okay no cry. But party for pa there. Say unsusu ya ode baye ema ye baye mu.
That's right.
Ama chese ne oku constituency bia taka chama me ni bi ho monka but ne obi a on voting rights.
That's right.
I believe that those sancrophone ya as opportunity to ababa wo. You know say wa
come on na me cry na nka me pese e ba mu mo. So nka former polling station for former electoral area for binum se empene Kwabena we say o ba mu dodo. Nti yam ye de waka ye be pin up to constituency level. Me say me call I was it Domi Kwabena na say ya waso. Ye refi ho no. Na chairman dada bi ba na me ni chairman hu we hu ni nu no eh kojo me hu best 8 years new former chairman. Omu mani because party ade ya wo mu ne say wasum ekuo no. Unya free wakonya so a
obi
yemfiu yemfrɛ ntu ko sunwa opania ojina party mu paama in the early 90s we di regional chairman na Brown kase bom we be di multiple time MP we be di minister of roads minister of local government ko dwaje da ko ene Brown ye bibia okowa na ebinum pese tata no na sana esise go SK Buafo almost start party Holland we be di minister of Kumasi as a governor aye MP multiple times to be chieftaincy dey ye bibi aka say onka ho sa na ye no Dr. Anane party ye pe a oka wo mo ehye from the beginning oka ho Anane the time ye take cry no sa time na ye mu binya very political no mo ye Asante Students Union sa na me nyina so into meetings of course so first Kumasi ha na ade nyina na ne ka ho only Victor's, we have done for Victor's, no only the first general secretary of the Buzia Dankwa Club. Party where Yabako said, Obisa Victor's say, one on an penny for the Kumasa at a crazy man, a movie diaconosman, so Kumasa Babo, a Kufuado nomine, President Kofomo, Amanese, the Oma Statini, and Sana. So, anything. Media kakra meka say party no masum party no kwan paso me so ma me adwuma me ye obi anim say me ye press secretary me ye adwuma na nsen ya me koye executive director Ghana Institution of Engineering
what's this how
the West Africa come home be the West executive director of West African Federation Engineering Organizations say America say we are seeing na World Federation Engineering Organizations Committee for Engineering and the Environment me count policies in let's say come coach na meeting or mentimi anko because na me ye campaign so intermediate woman me adwuma me ye I'm an achiever but I'm a disciplined person. I enforce law, order, make sure that the right things are done. Intermediate 2 million woman sem newo more munye say we am here sika nipa na ma wan say 200 300 400 500 or 1000 cry ense samu shebre so them show no or the man wa send or their show na their show botum na mum ukodru ha o si ahihia de no so me nam da se ho ase ho so na de bye
Mr. Bellway on Bellway 31st the best no me Bob Bellway mu a wo be hu say yes ba ko worry the obewe no obewe the obesu no obesu the one ti ase no wo onfa nko bebi a wo pene ade a Somewhere madwen se monya campaign. Engineer Kwabena dey upon na be kasa. In fact, na enkrofo kasa. In fact, me ya analysis ya na me pese me ye analysis but maintain the policies nya dey. What the policies ya tudwa. E na what kire ne mema yo. Say Kennedy akompre ko dey upon the way your party no e mane ndwene da so obi suru no. But I respect bi e na wo mo de ma no. No Kwabena dey upon wo kire say Kennedy kura mpo de 2000 year mu no mu ina be join party. No. One now come on or the scratch. The scratch enti no mo dancing ya enti no nkyere say wo ba ya tentino ade a Ghana for fu say we ne yede anasa ni people fu say we ne yede no kwa ebebo wo mesori ntia enti me na me ba na wo beto me na wo beye bi won kɔ ne ade no ase debi se ba wo me wi ne nda yen people mpanimfo ne Ghana for ne pese ba wo me cyber na wo mo de na ba enti wondai ena wo ye kremoni ena obada ben ena wo bedi ne de awie ena won kɔ ne ade wo trese wo kene de Ghana mo wontimi wo cross wo boundaries ya de Ghana mo wontimi. In fact me tie papa no ne pa ma me hu say yes na no me ka say me tell say Dr. Muhammad Bawumia wini a these two people na no me ka trust Brian Champon but enne me tie Kwabena de poma a convince me either Brian Champon engineer Kwabena de pom ana ye ro say the twim kwa di maintain san krofo miensin ba ko be vice running mate abaye vice president market on the war because papa na mabom mama. In fact he has spoken well wakasa yi ne bedia no he has exactly spoken well wakasa masa papa na sem na wakano me say ma twin obusa say hey. In fact Smart African Media oba so subscribe like na fi san share ma foforo won mo echichi ne benche me dey the other man come about na ko fi funa san chegudi.